All right, Coach, we will start with you and then move on to Chris. The 2017 season will be Geneva's second year returning to the triple option. With 10 starters back on offense, what are some things that you, as a very seasoned 25-year head coach, want to see out of the Golden Tornadoes offense this year?
Hold on to the football.
It's never been this easy before. It's not going to be now.
No. Basically, all those questions that were given to you in advance to ask me, I'm probably going to go in a different direction, so let's get on board with
it. You'll answer this one.
Sure.
You've led Geneva's football program into embracing a tradition of including your freshman student athletes and teaching them the culture of Geneva football through a mentoring program. Can you talk a little bit about that program, what it is, how it works, what are the benefits of your mentoring program?
Maybe the most overused word today is mentor, and I'd rather use the word leadership. What we've incorporated since 1993, and honestly, Coach Gene Sullivan was the greatest role model for me as a player, was we call a More Than Conquerors Leadership Manual based out of Romans 8:37. And as Geneva being a Christian school, we make no apology for it. Every young man that comes to Geneva, we look at as though God intended them to be there. I'm blessed to have these men here, but I'm also in responsibility to making sure that they are more than just football players. And that goes with teaching them about what life is like. Men, fellas, you guys are going to have all accolades this year as football guys. I want to tell you this, life is difficult. And you're going to need to rely on something else other than the memories that you have from what happened when you were a football player. Just so happens at our school that our foundational truth is Christianity. Our president, Calvin Trout, is putting the college seal on our uniforms. The college seal basically says for Christ and country. And leadership is everything. And we have a great leader in place who played ball, was a center at Geneva. That's why I brought a center with us today. And actually, I've learned quite a deal from the people that have mentored me.
Every year, you and your staff come up with a theme to the season. This year's theme is You Gotta Believe. Can you talk a little bit about that theme and why it was selected and what it means for the program this year?
Actually, the theme is hashtag You Gotta Believe. And the reason that we put the hashtag in there is so that I could at least act like I knew what you people do on your phones. I don't really know what a hashtag is. I know what a hash is. I know what a tag is if we want to run a different route and tag it. I don't really know what a hashtag is. You Gotta Believe came from this idea of Hebrews 11:1, and it talks about faith. And it's something that you can't see, but yet you can believe in it, and hope is what this is about. So every young man that comes into our program, I think everyone in this room can vouch for this, that living life with hope is exciting. And sometimes when you don't have hope, and I'll say this to the coaches, you guys have been in situations where things look hopeless. It kind of grinds at you. But that theme transcends what's going to happen on the football field. We return everybody on offense, quarterback's back. We got a great defense back, finished right behind Westminster, and I think Thomas Moore running his triples made our defense even better. So it just comes down to what's in our heart. I mean, how are you going to believe? It comes down to attitude. It's always been about attitude. I've learned that over the years. Everybody in the media, you guys want to put it on as far as talent, glitz, blah, blah, blah. It comes down to attitude. It comes down to how hard you want to work. And it comes down to how hard you guys want to be as an unselfish teammate. I mean, this is not a complicated game at all. It's the best game, best team sport, and I'll get into that in the next question.
No matter what it is, he's going to get into it. Coach, your final question. You mentioned the senior you brought with you today, Chris Johns. three-year starter on Geneva's offensive line. How has Chris transitioned from an impact freshman to a true senior leader with your team in a position that sets the tone for the offense this year?
Well, first of all,
I didn't even need to ask a question, did I?
No. I was just thinking about the word impact. I haven't really heard impact as far as the center is concerned, so I'm grateful for that. That's awesome. You really weren't an impact player as a freshman. He was a very important part of being a freshman because he works at Wally World, Kennywood. He works at Kennywood, and he's able to get our guys tickets, and he's going to own Kennywood one day. But this guy has been a center. He was told he was too short. He was told he was too slow. He played at West Mifflin, and all he does is work. That's all he does is work. He works on the field. He works in the classroom. He's got a 3.6. You know, playing center in a triple option offense, you better block that nose guard. And there's a couple of big boys that you guys have, and I'm looking at some of the coaches that have those kids playing nose. You know, we got a lot of kids that are nose guard are over 300 and some pounds. So that's what he gets to do, is to block that kind of guy. And I mean, this guy's a tremendous student athlete, but appreciate you, Kevin, for asking all those pertinent questions.
Coach, I will never stop appreciating you. Chris, a couple questions for you. You're an accounting major. In what ways have your experiences at Geneva, your time in the classroom, and your time on the football field prepared you for life after college?
Well, at Geneva, you get more than just a book experience or notes, but you get real stories from your teachers and everything that'll help you out in life. And I experienced that this summer. I had an internship actually at Kennywood, like you said, I worked there before. Yeah. But it really helped me out, like just really be able to like relate to my coworkers and just everyone in the office, being able to experience what people that have taught me in the classroom told me about, and really applying what I learned there. So.
Last season, you experienced the triple option system. What was the transition like as a center, and what are you looking forward to in your second year of the system?
Well, in high school, we actually ran the power I. We literally ran the ball almost like 90% of the time. So I'm pretty used to it. So I actually like it. I love just putting my hand in the dirt and going head first and just pounding the rock. And that's what I love to do. So it was a pretty good transition.
Competing as a member of Division III, what are some things that have motivated you to continue to grow and improve as a student athlete?
I feel like just my mindset, I just always want to keep pushing myself, no matter what it is, even like lifting. I've been doing it since I was a freshman in high school. Me and my dad actually got our first benching set, like bench, and ever since then we've been doing it. The last time we benched was this Sunday, and I've just been sticking with it all the time, moving up in weight, just keep pushing myself, and that's what kind of guy I am. Just keep setting goals and keep going.
Talk a little bit about goals as your senior season approaches. What are some goals you've set individually, and what are some goals you have established for the offensive line?
I mean, individually, I just want to like raise everyone around me. That's what kind of guy I am. I want to lead by like experience and like lead by my actions, and that's what I want to do personally. As a team, like he said, less fumbles obviously, because I mean, triple option, it's tough, but in the spring, we all got physical reps, mental reps, so hopefully that'll help. And then as the offensive line, as Coach Whalen, our offensive coach from last year, offensive line coach, I want to be the toughest O-line and the best. So,
Coach, Chris, thank you guys. Geneva will get its season underway on September 2nd at home against Marietta College.